I'm Paul Carter, and this is the video introduction of the initial meeting, it's actually second meeting, and contracting with a client. So, I'm really grateful you came back. Thank you. I know the last meeting was a little bit weird. I mean, having your daughter with us, my goal was to get her out of the room so that we could talk about finances and not have her have it as a main concern. And it became like a tripping point. I know it kind of bugged you, and I'm glad you came back. We talked about last time getting her and you involved in Medicaid. And the tripping point, at least from the way I see it, is that your husband just doesn't want to be involved. I know it's kind of difficult, and that's got to be hard. Is it hard for your perspective as well?
I mean, yeah, he's so hard to get anywhere and to get him to do anything that it makes my life more difficult because he won't help.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to help.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he does.
Is he in the house a lot, or is he out?
Depends. It depends on the day. Some days more than often he's, home and just hanging out. Other days he's out. I don't even know where he goes.
Yeah. A lot of guys that are in his situation, I've had friends who've gone unemployed. I've had friends that have experienced different levels of things that happen with unemployment. And sometimes you start drinking, you start being abusive to the people around you. Is he treating you okay?
Yeah. He just doesn't do anything.
Okay, so he's not coming at you. He's just
lazy.
He's okay. All right. Well, I know that's going to sound crazy, but that's better than some of the alternatives that I've heard. So I'm not trying to minimize what's going on, but there is a positive side. At least you're not in a situation where you feel like your daughter and you are physically compromised or getting mentally abused by him, and that's important. So let's give him credit where credit's due. He's not doing all the things you want him to, but he's not doing some of the things that he could possibly do. So I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to hear you say it. If it ever comes up, I'm here to help you. My job is to help you get through this thing. So we talk about what we need to do to get you up and running. Have you had any conversations with him this week? Did anything go well? Or is he just still really not engaged?
Yeah, he still doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to go anywhere. It's an issue getting him to do the things that I want him to do. I've still been having a really hard time. We tried to have a conversation about it and he just blew me off.
Boy, it's really hard. It's got to be really frustrating for you. I mean, you got a husband that's out of work, you got bills piling up. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm worried about my daughter and her health, and it is an issue with the money, and it's very stressful, but I'm getting through it.
I need you to know, you deal with a whole lot of people. You got phone calls coming in, you got him doing his thing. My job, my whole job, is to help you in this. I am not telling you what to do. I want to help you get to the places where you're not getting the phone calls. She is getting her health care. And you don't have to worry about the money for her situation. Can we work together on that?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's important because when I've had to deal with stuff and it's bureaucracy and, oh God, there's somebody else I got to talk to. I don't want to be that guy. I'm like, when you have a thing, you call me and we can work together. We're going to get you to, this isn't a problem. Deal?
Okay.
Okay. When you need him to do something, I need him to do something. From my perspective, I need him to sign some paperwork. The Medicaid paperwork. I know you'll go do it. You'll get it done because you got to get her taken care of. You got to get the bills paid. When you need him to do something, how do you get him to do it? What's the best way to get him to, remember, we're talking about a few signatures. What's the best way to get him to sign? When you need him, what do you do?
Go to him and don't bring him places. Because I know he won't go anywhere, but if I could bring him something, it might change things and I might be able to get him to do something.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to get to you as we're leaving the office. I'm going to get you the paperwork, what you're going to need to bring down to the Medicaid office. I'm going to give you the address of the place. It's right downtown. It's It's 2 miles from here. You have a car, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna give you what you need, all that you need to go in. I'm gonna give you what you need to ask for, and I'm gonna give you the best time to go. Don't go at 8 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the line's out the door.
Mhm.
Go at Friday
Mhm.
at around 1:30. They close at 3, it means they wanna get out of there too. If you go at 1:30, the appointments are still open, they'll get you through fast, because nobody shows up on Friday afternoon, okay? So you're gonna go with what you need, you're gonna go at 1:30 on a Friday, then you'll be able to get your daughter from school. All works out, because they want you out by 3 anyway, so you can go get her.
Mhm.
And you'll have the rest of your weekend free. When you leave, you're gonna have a set of documents, you're gonna have him sign them, and then you can mail them back. So, one trip to the Medicaid office with all your paperwork, you have them sign it, and they go in. When that happens, and this is what we really need to happen, your bills are gonna go from being in the phone call thing where they're badgering you to, hey, she's applied for Medicaid, we stopped the phone calls, she's trying to facilitate payment, and they're gonna stop bugging you. The hospital will not bug you when you're going in for her treatment. And this is gonna go from, oh my God, I hate this, to, hey, we're working to facilitate her health, which is where you said you wanna be anyway.
Mhm.
Let's help you be a good mom. Is there anything I can give you to make you feel more comfortable with where we are and where we wanna go?
I don't know. I want him to work.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is part of it, but I want him to work and to pull his own weight when
Mhm.
it comes to the relationship and to our daughter.
Okay, it's really important for me to hear. Next time you come in, I want you to come back next week, do the Medicaid thing between then and now, and next week we're gonna talk about how to find him a way to start talking about getting work and to actually get work.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Next week, same time.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Good deal.